Every year on April the 9th, Turkey celebrates one of the country's most famous architects. It's a chance to both remember and hail the works of Mimar Sinan, or as he is more familiarly known, Sinan the architect. Sinan was a prominent architect who lived in the Ottoman Empire during the late 15th and early 16th centuries. His work has been internationally praised for its forward-thinking design, elements, and high artistic quality. Mimar Sinan's timeless masterpieces, which include the Süleymaniye Mosque and social complex, are described as ahead of their time examples of multi-purpose architecture. Today, these world-famous landmarks also comprise what some might call Istanbul's global branding. To speak more about the legacy of Sinan the architect, I'm joined in our studio by Ozen Yeniceri. She is herself an architect who has worked on a vast number of projects in the Middle East, Africa, and the Turkic republics. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, tell me about Sinan's role as the chief architect in the Ottoman Empire.
Saying only an architect would not be enough to explain Sinan at the first place. We must say he was the architect, the engineer, and I call him always a philosopher and a sociologist as well, because he has always put the human being and the surrounding living people to the first place in all of his masterpieces. Sinan has been paying attention to every single detail in all his buildings. But most important than all is, to me, of course, these are all my own thinking. He has a bright mind for problem solving, crisis management, and simple, practical solutions for every building which he has designed and built. And this is what makes him Sinan to me. And he has left nearly 400 buildings, all of which are a single monument by itself. Yes. And to me, Sinan is not the only Turkish Ottoman architect, but he has been a global, worldwide architect.
He is a global sensation.
Yeah.
Well, what made Sinan the greatest architect in the classical period of Ottoman architecture?
As I said, he was building for all people, and especially the huge, magnificent army of the Süleyman the Magnificent in the 16th century. Of course, that gave him the power to think big and to build big and design big. He got the strength from Ottomans' brilliant stage, and the Ottoman Empire got the power of leaving so big monuments to the world. So they both helped each other to be the greatest in the world.
What do you think is his greatest work? What would you consider his best work?
Some people say it is Süleymaniye Mosque, and the others say it is Selimiye Mosque. I've been to both couple of times, but believe me, I could not distinguish
which one's better?
Which one is better, but both are his masterpieces to the peak, yeah.
Of course. Well, his works have been compared to Michelangelo and Euclid, which is the father of geometry. Where do you think the power of Sinan's work comes from?
When we mention about geometry, yes, his real secret, one of the biggest secrets, is a spherical dome, like a circular dome, sitting on a geometrical standing structural figure. This is one of his biggest secret, let's say. And when you compare him with Michelangelo, of course, Michelangelo has left other types of pieces of art, so comparing him with architecture would not be comparing the equals, because as far as I know, Michelangelo has done real significant inputs and added values to some buildings in Florence and Rome, whereas Sinan has been building from Belgrade to Mecca.
Well, he is an amazing architect. Thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.